So good morning, all. So my name is Pawan, and so I'm here today to give a presentation on what we learn with respect to the SAP MM module. Fine. In this session, I thought of covering the theoretical part. Uh, yeah. So so once we start with basics, so I think without knowing what is supply chain management, we cannot proceed further. I think so. Basically, supply chain management meaning whichever the industry or process we take, so everything will have a start and end, right? And within that start and end, there will be a lot of or sub processes or different teams involved. Okay, so managing that sub processes with respective teams. Okay, so that is called supply chain management. And so with respect to the MM module, we can take example of any industry, so any manufacturing industry where it starts from procuring raw materials and ends when producing the finished goods and reaching it to end users, right? So in this supply chain, so we notice that several teams will be involved. So it might be a procurement team, it might be a financial team, it might be a HR team, and a production team. So it continues, like it depends on the industry, like how many teams they will be categorized, and how well we manage that supply, like between the team to team or between the process to process. So that's, we can call it as a supply chain management. So in this supply chain management, the material movement will takes place, and also the information will takes place. So it doesn't mean like one team will not be I mean, every team will be independent. No, so all the teams will be it will be independent with dependent with other teams in one or the other way. So then, to manage this supply chain, so initially it was done manually, like in a before ages, like it is done manually, like maybe like with a paperwork or something like that. But later we got ERPs, we can say like tools or applications. So out of that ERPs, like SAP is one of the well known ERP tool. I think globally 75% of the industries are using. Then, when it comes to SAP, yes, so it is systems, applications, products in data processing. And a small info on the SAP journey. So, of course, like if we take any kind of application, there will be a, the upgrade will be done time to time. So, maybe eradicating the existing issues and or getting into the new features. So, based on the requirement or maybe based on day to day, so these features will be introduced like that. It started with R1 and it continues with R2, R3, and it is same until 7.70, where the upgrade took place. But what is the difference between S4 HANA, the final one, is that so until R3, so the database was stored with respect to or with the Oracle. Then in SAP S4 HANA with the new upgrade, so they brought their own database and it is called HANA. Then usually in any industry, so there will be a different environments, we can say, or systems. Okay, so which will be used. So it starts with usually it starts with sandbox, then development, then quality assurance system, then pre-prod and prod. So basically sandbox is nothing but we can it's like an environment where we can play how we need. Okay, so or trial and error methods, what I can say. So whatever we want to start or we want to try or we want to test, so everything will be done on the sandbox. Then once looks good, then it will be the same thing will be developed on the development environment. Then a quality of assurance team will going to check on that. Then it will be moved from pre-port to finally the production or the live system. Then, basically, these SAP modules are divided into two parts, like functional and technical. So, functional, as I said, like in any of the industry, as I said, like there will be a different kinds of teams involved, right? So, based on that team, so SAP also categorized. For example, SAP MM, which is responsible for material management, SAP PP for production planning, SAP QM for quality management, SAP HR, human resource module. So yeah, so by understanding the different kinds of departments, we can say. So based on that, the modules are divided. And when it comes to technical, yes, it's again the back end work. So where usually the coding will be involved here. Then, as we are part of SAP MM module, so which is called as material management. So basically, here we will start with procurement and end with payment. So here also we have a small cycle. We can say like P2P cycle or procurement to pay cycle. So where it starts with procuring any kind of goods from supplier, and raising a PR, sending it to converting it to PO, sending it to the supplier with PO, and receiving back the invoice and confirming with the goods receipt, and finally delivering it to the end users. So basically, all these models and all this sub process will be covered in material management module. Then, before starting any module, it is very important to understand, the org structure of any company, I can say. So usually, it starts with a client, or we can call it as a company. Then it has a different kind of, again, what we can say, other sub companies, we can say. So maybe it is defined as company code 1, code 2, and it continues. Then each company code will have again a different kinds of plants, and it follows with the storage location and purchase org with respect to purchase group. So when we take example of simple, like as we are into MM, so we need to think about which is related to some manufacturing industry. So as we take like a Tata, right? So I just taken two companies. So as we all know that it has n number of companies under the Tata, right? So here I took Tata Steels as a company code 1 and Tata Automobiles as a company code 2. Then, so Tata Steels has again two plants, we can say. For example, one is in Bangalore and one is in Mumbai, same as with automobiles. One is at Pune and one is at Chennai. So Bangalore plant, again, like purchase org will be there. So purchase org is nothing but the org or department which are responsible to procure the goods. Okay. Then, and each plant will have a storage location. As usual, we know that. So whatever the manufacturing is done, or the final products are done, so it should be stored in a place, and we call it as a storage location. And for each storage location or purchase org, we also have a purchase group. So where a team of members, we can say, which are responsible to procure some different kind of materials with different groups, we can say. It might be grouped under different industry sector, we can say. Like it is related to a food, or it is related to a safety, or it is related to a pharmacy, something like that. So this is how I thought of explaining the enterprise structure. Then, next we started with material master data. So basically, in every or in any organization, we can say. So not only material, it is a kind of process where we need to store data, right? So any kind of data. Okay, so it might be human resource data, it might be a material data, or it might be a supply data, whatever it is. So when it comes to a material or a material management module, so basically we have two main master data we have. So one is material master data, and next one is the vendor master data. So what comes with respect to the material master data is that, so all kind of information which we use with respect to the materials will be stored at one place. So for example, if we consider any one material, so like its unit of measure, its weight, its price, or its quality, whatever it is, like basic information, or what all the details we can store with respect to a material, it will be stored in the material master data. Then, so it might be a requirements or some information related to material master data, how it will be categorized. Okay, so if we take any material, so it will be categorized based on the industry sector, like in which industry this material will be used. It might be a chemical, mechanical, oil and gas, or it is related to food. Then type. Okay, so as I said, like material, it starts with raw materials. Then semi finished is nothing but during the pre production time, it will be called as semi finished products, and finally once it is produced, then it is called as finished goods. Then number range. Number range is nothing but we need to maintain a number range in the application to get the identical number. So each material will be identified through an identical number. So to get that, so we need to maintain a number range. Then material group creation, nothing but again categorizing the materials, like in which group we'll be using, or we can say commodity, like it is related to office supplies, or it is related to IT hardware or packaging. So overall, so material master data is nothing but all the data which is related to the materials will be stored at one place. Next, vendor master data. So as I said, so all the information with respect to a vendor will be stored at one place called vendor master data. So basically, these data are categorized into three categories, I think. So in general data, so the name of the vendor, the address, the contact, and the banking details which are required to pay the vendor, right? So those data will be stored in a general data. Then company code data. So for example, as I said, like one company will be having n number of company codes, right? So this supplier, to which company it is related, or we will be using this supplier. So for that, we need to have a payment terms, or how the payment methods will be done to that supplier. So all these related data will be stored in a company code data. Then purchasing org data is nothing but, so we'll maintain some kind of order currency or incoterms or partner functions, like this data will be stored in purchase org data.
So today I'm going to discussion about the SAP master data. So what is master data? So the master data means it is a core data that is maintained in the system and used repeatedly in various procurement and material management process. So it contains the key information about material, vendor, and purchasing that drives the system functionality. So the types of master data in the SAP MM is the first thing is material master, vendor master, purchasing info record, source list, quota arrangement, and service master. So let's discuss one by one. The first one is material master. So what is material master? It contains all the information about materials, including descriptions, unit of measure, stock information, and pricing. And overall, we can say that it contains all information about materials a company uses or produces. So the SAP Easy Access part for the material master creation is logistics, then material management, material master, material, and then create material in general. So the prerequisites for material master data is industry sector, material type, and number range. So first we have to create the industry sector. Um, the T code used here is OMS3, and what is industry sector is it is used to define the industry to which the material belongs. Okay, so and we can also use the SPRO part, that is SAP reference image, logistic general MM, and then field selection, and then define industry sector. Here we can show the example that the industry sector I created here is 9, and industry sector description bank industry, field reference A. And then material type. The T code used for the material type creation is OMS2. So what is material type? It is a grouping or categorization of materials based on their purpose and usage in a business. So the several attributes such as the type of procurement, whether it is internal, external, or both, whether the stock is managed, and the general ledger accounts for material valuation. So the SPRO part for the material type creation is SAP reference image, logistic general, material master, basic setting, material type, and define attributes of material types. So, and here it is shown that the standard list of the material types available are raw materials, finished product, trading goods, non-stock material, services, packaging material, and non-valuated materials. So the material type I created is FEHD, that is HDFC finished product. And next thing is number range. The T code used for the creation of number range is MMNR. So what is number range? It is the configuration that controls how material numbers are assigned when creating a material. The material number is a unique identifier used to track and manage the materials in the system. So the types of number assignments are internal number assignment and external number assignment. Here the internal number assignment means it is a that is the system assigns okay that in from the predefined number range. The external number assignment means it is the user input, that is the user manually specifies a material number during creation. And the SPRO path used for the number range creation is SAP reference image, logistic general, material master, basic setting, material type, and define number range. So, example, I created the group name as March 25, and the number range I assigned is from 3001 to 3020. So, here the all prerequisites required for the material creation is done, and we have to assign the created number range to the created material type. No, we have to create the material. So to create the material, we use the T code MM01, and we use this and other than that we use the SAP Easy Access part, that is logistics, material management, material master, material, create material. Okay, and then to check the table, we use that SE16N. So while creating the material, the first we have to enter all the prerequisites that we created in previously, that is industry sector, material type, and then storage, plant and storage location. So while creating the material, the mandatory fields are unit of measure, material group, material class, availability checks, transport group, loading group, purchase group, MRP type, and MRP control we have to create during that step. Then lot size, schedule margin key we have to create during that step, and then forecast module, task list usage, and valuation class. And here it is shown that the T codes which is used in the material master data creation, and the tables which is used in the material master data creation. And the second one is vendor master. So what is vendor master? It is a central database containing key information about vendors who provides goods or services to the company. So the SAP Easy Access path for the vendor master creation is logistic, material management, purchasing, master data, vendor, and then create for centrally. So the prerequisites for vendor master data is company code, purchase organization, vendor account group, and number range. The first one, company code. Here it is all, we are already creating in the enterprise structure using the T code OX02, and the company code is the smallest organization unit of financial accounting for which you draw individual financial statements like balance sheet, profit and loss account for purpose of external reporting. So we can use the SPRO part, SAP reference image, enterprise structure, definition, financial accounting, edit company code. Here we created the company code HDFC. Next, the purchase organization, that is using the T code OX08. So, what is purchase organization means? Organizational unit where purchasing organization is responsible for all the purchasing activities. So, the SPRO part uses this SAP reference image, enterprise structure, definition, MM, and then maintain purchase organization. So, example, here we created the purchase organization, that is HDFC. Then we have to create the account group, that is using the T code OBD3, and the path SPRO path we used here is SAP reference image, financial accounting, accounts receivable and account payable, vendor account, master data, that is preparations for creating vendor master data, and then define account group with screen layout. So here the account group we created here is HDF1, that is HDFC account group, and then the number range using the T code XKN1. The number range is determine the format of vendor codes and ensure unique identification for each vendor. So the path used for the number range creation is SAP reference image, and then financial accounting, that is account receivable and account payable, then vendor account, master data, preparations for creating vendor master data, and create number ranges for vendor accounts. So once the number range is created, we have to assign the number range to vendor account group using the T code OBAS and the SPRO path, SAP reference image, financial accounting, that is accounts receivable and account payable, vendor accounts, master data, preparation for creating vendor master data, assign number ranges to vendor account group. So now, and one more thing is here we have to create a vendor partner function, that is which defines the roles a vendor can play in procurement. So in that, the partner determination. That partner determination means it is the process used for designing the vendor master, where your one vendor acts as what type of vendor, either they only supply the materials or give the service. In that we have three, that is partner roles, permissible partner roles per account group, and partner schema. The first one, partner role. that is to create the partner role, the SPRO parties MM purchasing, partner determination, partner role, and define partner roles. Here, the partner function we created is H1, that is HDFC partner function. The next thing is permissible partner roles per account group. The part used for this is SPRO and then MM purchasing,
One
partner
second. Okay.
determination.
No need to give the example what you have created. Okay. That's not
Yes, sir.
required.
Okay, okay,
And
sure.
path also no need to go through the lengthy path. Okay. Just show this is the path. That's it. Okay.
Okay, sir, sure.
Definition, records, and tables. Okay. So those are important. Carry on. Carry on.
Okay. So we created the permissible partner roles per account group, and then we create the partner schema. And later on this, we have to assign the partner schema to the account group. So next, for the creation of the vendor master, all the prerequisites are created. So in the vendor master creation, there are it can be created in the following ways: that is centralized vendor master using the T code XK01, and purchase vendor master using the T code MK01, and finance vendor master using the T code FK01. So these are the T codes for the vendor master data and tables for the vendor master data.